and welcome to the cozymeadowknits podcast, episode 7. My name is Sophie, and I'm coming to you from New Brunswick, Canada, where I live with my husband and our 2 kids. We have a daughter and a son, and this is my knitting podcast, where I share my current whips, my finished objects, and future dream knits. I also love to craft pretty much anything, but knitting is taking over my life right now. But I do sew a little bit. I'll share some sewing, but I am no expert in sewing. I am very beginner. But I will share because it's cute. Welcome to any new viewers. Most welcome. And to any returning viewers, welcome back. I'm so happy to be with you right now. It's I just watched a podcast earlier and she was saying the same thing that I was thinking. It's we live in very odd times right now, very scary in a way. And I wasn't sure if I should even record. I don't know, just because this is knitting, but it's not really important. But in another way, I feel that it is important because we take comfort in our craft, and if that brings any joy to anyone, I think it's totally worth it. So by watching Nikki from Knitting with Cat Hair podcast, Ellen Kerbelow, she encouraged me to record today because I really did want to share my knitting and stories, and so here I am. It is Sunday afternoon. It is snowing. We lost a bunch of snow. We've had some really odd temperatures. We've had a lot of rain. We've had a lot of really cold temperatures. On Friday morning, it was like minus 34 Celsius with the wind chill. So very, very chilly. And today it is snowing. So that's the weather forecast from New Brunswick, Canada. Okay, on to the knitting. I hope you have a warm beverage. I hope you are well. I hope you are cozy, and I hope you enjoy. First, actually, I went like this. So I'm just drinking water because I am ridiculously hot right now. If I start getting red, it's just because I'm hot. Because of my finished object. But before I talk about this, I just wanted to show off my mug because, oh, there's a glare. But I don't know if you can see, it says Sweather Weather. My sister bought this for me for my birthday, and I was so happy when I saw it. She was like, oh, I know you have like so many mugs, but I couldn't leave it there, and I dearly love it. So thank you, Debbie, for the wonderful cup. I use it all the time. Good. Okay, so let's start with what I am wearing, which is my latest finished object. It is the Silverlining sweater by Jennifer Steingass, Knit Love Wool. And I absolutely adore it. I adore it. I'm gonna stand up a little bit so that you can see. So for those who have seen my previous episodes, this is my second attempt at this sweater. I originally knitted the yoke entirely, and it was too big, and I had to rip it back and knit the size D. I knit the size D, and it fits perfectly. It fits perfect. So I love it so much. It was heart-wrenching a little bit to rip back, but I just love this color combo so much, and I knew I had to make it anyway. So I just rip off the band-aid like really quickly and just like just ripped out and just started all over again. And I'm so glad that I did. I highly recommend I highly recommend this pattern. How it's constructed, it's a top-down construction with no, there's no raglan creases. It is knit in the round, so you start with a cast on. It is a rolled neck. This is what is in the pattern. I think I've seen other people do maybe rib necks. You can check out, there's a lot of project pages for this sweater, so you can check that out. But I decided to go with the roll neck, and I had never done that before, and it's very easy, and I like the look. It was good. So the needle sizes that I used are in my project page, where you can find all this information linked down below. I always forget to say that in the beginning. So I will link down below everywhere where you can find me. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Ravelry, and I also have an email. But if ever you have any questions or anything on anything that I show, or if I forgot to say anything or whatnot, please comment and let me know. And yeah, so I update all my projects on Ravelry, so it'll be linked all down below. And yeah, so I knit this with Cascade 220, which is really, really nice. I love this yarn. I've used it before. I've used it a lot before. So this is the back. I'm gonna stand up a little bit, if I can back up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. The length, I just knit until I was comfortable where it was, like for the length. It's a 1x1 rib for the ribbing here, and I do it 1x1 rib for the cuff as well. There's a few decreases in the sleeve, and this, I basically followed the whole pattern. Oops. And just knit until for the length, I knitted until I was happy with the length. But other than that, I did not change anything except for here. I can show you. I don't really need to show you this, but anyway. So here, when I started the color work, this is supposed to be three yellow dots, or 3 yellow stitches, and as you can see, there's only 2. I didn't do the middle one because I was mid-row when I noticed it, and I was like, okay, it's a design, my personal design touch to the sweater. There's going to be a missing colorwork stitch. But other than that, I followed it. So that's my sweater. I am so happy with it. I wore it at work, and I was not cold. So 2 thumbs up for this one. Yay! Yeah, so that's my first finished object. I think that's it for this one. Yeah, so I have another finished object, and this was super fun to make. So these are some mittens that I made. I think I showed them a little bit on my previous episode. So these are the Canada Mittens. They are knit, I forget the designer name, but I will write it right around there, or there. I don't know which side, but anyway, I'll put the designer name, but again, I have a Ravelry page on it, so this is a free pattern. So free pattern, and it is made with Litte yarn. And I can show you the ball band. The colors are numbers, and I don't have both ball bands with me, but again, it's in my page, in my project page. So I bought a ball of this burgundy red yarn and just 1 ball of the gray. And They are super, super cute. I love them. It's not a hard pattern at all to follow. There's charts. There are 6 different sizes. There are 3 child sizes and 3 adult sizes. And I made size 2 of the adult. So it goes from child to adult. So I did size 5 on the pattern, and I think they fit really good. So this is so cute. So I actually already wore this. I wore these last weekend. We were out at a tournament out of town, and so I had to finish them as quickly as possible because I knew I wanted to wear these at the tournament, hockey tournament, which is in arenas that are really cold. And yeah, so again, the pattern is really easy to follow. It is not hard. Yeah, so it's a free pattern. I don't remember the needle sizes that I used, but again, it's all in my project page as well. This is just 1x1 rib, and then you have to follow a chart. If you've never used a color chart before, or a pattern that is charted out, don't be scared. I was scared before. I have already knitted from, obviously I knit this from a chart as well, but this is only like the 3rd time that I'm using a chart to knit with, and it's not hard. Before, I would not even purchase a pattern if it was only charted, because I didn't know how to. But of course, everything is on YouTube, and if you don't know, just go on YouTube and search up for knitting charts, how to read knitting charts, and there's a video for that, and I'm sure there's many. And I watched one because if you look at the chart, of course it has to be backwards of everything that how we read and stuff, anyways, for me. So the chart is numbered by rows, and the numbers don't go from top to bottom, they go from bottom to top, and also it doesn't go from left to right, it goes from right to left. So totally opposite. Anyway, but that's the only thing. Other than that, there's a little guide to tell you what squares, what colors, what it represents, if it's a stitch or something else. Anyway, so don't be scared of charts. Just watch a YouTube video on it, and voila. You'll be knitting from charts after, because it is really not hard. The hardest part of knitting and following a chart is just remembering where you are. That's important. Very important. But yeah, there's tons of mistakes in this, but for me, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Anyways, so the Canada Mittens free pattern, I will link it down below. They're super warm. I recommend. I really do. Also, this is how much yarn I have left. So I only purchased 1 ball of this and 1 ball of the burgundy, and I have 14 grams left on this, and I have, I think, 11 grams on this left. So yeah, these are going to be scraps, but I'm going to use this for maybe another mitten. Maybe I can buy a 3rd color and make another pair of mittens. Knitting with cat hair. I'm mentioning Nikki again just because she said that I influenced her to make some mittens with her leftover Let Lopi. She had a bunch left at the house, didn't know what to make with them, and so she knitted some mittens too. She did not knit the same pattern as I did. Now I don't, that's something I should have written down. I will link below the pattern that she used, but go and check out her podcast, her latest episode, and they're just so cute. So cute. And the mittens uses two colors of Litte Lopi. Anyways, they're super cute. I'm gonna make those one day. One day I'm gonna make those. Those are gonna be my next mittens when I knit mittens again. Okay. So those are my two finished objects. And now we're gonna go on whips. I have 3 whips to show. I have, well, actually, no, they're not whips. They're all new cast-ons. Ah, yes, I want to knit everything. I want to knit everything, and I want to knit everything now. I am not a process knitter. I love knitting. I love the process of knitting, but I totally want to knit to get the end product because it's gorgeous and I want it now. So I'm going to start with a pair of socks. Oops. Okay. So, yeah, how am I going to start this? Okay, so it's a pair of socks that Nancy Wheeler, she is a knitter. I think she's from Moncton. I've never met her before. I think, I'm not sure if she lives in Moncton. I think she's close. We never actually met in person, but we follow each other on Instagram, and she is an amazing knitter. So she released her very first knitting pattern, and it was a pair of socks. And when she released the pattern, for a period of time, like for, I don't know if it was a week or how many days, whatever money that she would get from the pattern in those days, she was going to donate to it was for Alzheimer's. It was charity for Alzheimer's. Anyway, it was a great cause, and the pattern is called By the Shore Socks, and they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. I think I'm gonna pop a picture somewhere of these, and I'm going to show mine. I didn't put them on a sock blocker because I knit with double pointed needles. I am old school. I do like magic loop, but not for socks. I don't know. I like DPNs better, but anyway, everybody does whatever they want to do, and I do DPNs. So these, oh my goodness, look. I'm trying to, is that better? Oh, look at those speckles. First, when I saw the pattern, I love the pattern. The ball just fell. Okay, I love the pattern. I love this detail. This detail goes straight down to, it ends just where you start to do the toe. So it goes all the way down, and it has a slip stitch heel flap and gusset, which is totally my jam. I've never done a different heel than this one because this one fits great, and I will eventually, oh, this is blowing up, but I will eventually try a different heel, but it's hard because when you love something so much and you know it fits and it's great, well, yeah, it's hard to try new things, but I will someday. Anyway, so super, super cute, super easy. This is not hard at all. And it's fun. It is addictive because you make this, you knit, you make this, and then you start seeing the ridges happen, and you just want to continue and like see the other one come up. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway, it's totally cute. I highly recommend the pattern. It's very well written, and I love it. So the yarn, this is, I did not finish the sock yet. Like, this is the first sock. So I mentioned last week that we went to a hockey tournament, and it was in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and that's about like 2 hours, I think, about 2 hours from where we live. So it was great. I had time to knit in the car, but I bought this yarn in Fredericton because I knew there was a local yarn shop there. I had already scoped that out, and so yeah, so I knew I wanted to buy something there. So I knew I wanted to cast these on, so I was trying to find the perfect yarn for it. And did I ever find it? So this is the base of, like, the majority of the sock is knit with Sweet Skein of Mine, which I have purchased an advent calendar for last year from Sweet Skein of Mine, and I love it. I love all the colors, and of course there was some skeins of yarn in that shop. It was Cricket Cove in Fredericton, and I got it was like such the perfect color. So it has speckles of pinks and gold and orange. There's even some blues. Oh, the blue, it's so nice. It's so subtle, but it's so cute. It really is cute. So nice. And when I saw the color, I was like, that is it. The color is called a Vintage Love Letter, and it is superwash merino and nylon blend at 80-20. So 80% superwash and 20% nylon. And it's super squishy. Super squishy. I love it. I love it so much. And so the cuffs, like, it was a match made in heaven, really, because this is, well, where did it go? Oh, here. So the cuffs, the heel, and the toe, I am making with a mini that I got from the advent calendar. So it's a 100% Sweet Skein of Mine hand-dyed yarn, and with a lovely pattern. I started these a couple of days ago. I think I started them on Thursday, I think. Anyway, I just love knitting on this. So I highly recommend that pattern. I'll link it down below. And I think that's it for this. The other thing that I wanted to show you is a purchase. Maybe I'll keep that for acquisitions at the end. That's what I'll do. I need to talk about this again. Okay, so that was my first whip. Second whip is a test knit. It's a test knit for a shawl, and I asked the designer if it was okay to talk about it and post pictures on Instagram, and she said yes. So that's why I'm showing it, because I love it so much. So this is the Hit the Bricks shawl by Chic and Regal Knits. And I'm going to try to show this better. So I'm not done yet, but I am close to finishing. Okay, so how am I going to show this? Like this? Maybe I have to get up. Oops. I'll show you the texture of it because, oh, it is so nice. You start with garter, and then there's some stock net stitch in there. There's like these beautiful eyelets. Show it a little bit. Can I show it better? Maybe if I stand with the blue in the back. There we go. And so you knit. And look at that one. Oh, this is my favorite section. I love this texture. Oh, it's not focusing. Okay, maybe there. And so, yeah, it's so nice. It's so warm. So this pattern calls for 3 skeins, and you won't use all of the 3 skeins. I won't use all of the 3 skeins. I am on my, I just started my 3rd skein. But, so it is worsted weight yarn. I am using Barocco Alpaca Ultra in the color Barley. Yes, it is in the color Barley. Oh, I just love it. So this shawl would look fabulous with different colors. It could be vibrant, it could be variegated, you know, super colorful shawl. But I really liked this simple beigey, greigey color. It will go with everything, and it's going to be super warm. I'm going to have it at work. This yarn is super soft. I mean, super soft. The reason why I use this because of the color, and it was actually on sale. It was the yarn of the month at my local yarn shop, La Violette Yarn and Gift Co. And yes, when I saw it, I bought it. I'm buying a lot. Don't tell my husband. But it's my money. It's my money. It's my money, right? Anyway. Oh, I love it so much. So if I would be cool and would have a life, I totally see this. If I would have a life. But I see this in the summer where you go out to eat on a patio and the sun's going down and you just have this wrapped around you, you know, all cool, and you look all cool. Anyway, that's what I see in my head. Also, then I see this in the fall because I love fall. And yeah, it's just gonna be so nice. Okay, so that is Hit the Bricks shawl. It's not out yet. I think the pattern will be released around the middle or end of March. Keep an eye on it because it is beautiful. It's so squishy too. I love squish. I love it. And there's also a halo to it. I don't know if you see. I don't have the most fantastic camera, and I don't have the most fantastic lighting because it's gray and snowing outside. Okay. What else? Oh, I have one last whip. No, one last cast on. Because we must cast on all the things. I have not forgotten about all of my whips though. I just put them on pause because everything that I'm working on, I want to finish. Like a few episodes ago, I shared the Mount Pleasant, and I definitely want to finish that. I loved working on it. I just got distracted. And I've been working a lot on the test knit because I want to make sure that I meet the deadline. And also the colorwork socks that I was doing, I have not forgotten about that project. I am totally going to pick it up again. But I really wanted to knit Nancy's socks because she's awesome. So, okay, back to my latest and last cast on. This is a sleeve. It is the beginning of a sleeve, the beginning of a sweater, and it is the Little Twigs sweater by B. Mandarin, which is Melody Hoffmann. So I have been eyeing that pattern for a long time, and like a month ago I bought this Barocco yarn. Again, this is Barocco Alpaca Ultra, which was the yarn of the month. And it was on sale, and that's why I bought it. And I had been eyeing this color I love this color so much. The color is numbers again. Color is 62115. Anyway, if you didn't catch that, it'll be in my project page. So this is worsted weight yarn again, and it is, oh, I didn't mention the content. So it is 50% superfine alpaca and 50% Peruvian wool. So 100% yummy. Okay, so that's the color. I casted this on Friday and I'm here. And so this sweater is a bottom up sweater, meaning that you start knitting from the bottom and you knit towards the top. This is only the second time where I'm doing this type of construction, and is actually the first time where I am knitting the sleeves separately. So this is new to me, and which is a bit scary, but I don't know. I think it's cool though. I actually am enjoying this. I know it's weird because it's a sleeve. We usually say we're on Sleeve Island, and you know, it's like the never ending project, but I am loving this because, well, the cuff is 1 by 1 rib, not my favorite, not the most exciting thing to knit. But then you get on the sleeve and it's stockinette, and then you increase every whatever row. This is a paid for pattern, so I don't want to reveal any of the pattern details, but yeah. So you increase for the sleeve, and I can show you. See, it's a sleeve. I love it. I know I'm crazy, but yes, it's super cute. Well, it's super cute. It's the beginning of a sleeve, but I'm gonna post a picture, or if I haven't done it yet, I will post a picture of what the sweater looks like. So I had been eyeing that sweater for a long time. I've had this yarn for a month and a half. I knew I wanted to make a sweater, so that's why I had already bought a sweater's quantity, but I didn't know which one I wanted to do. So last week, during the week, I saw that Melody Hoffmann had posted on Instagram that all of the money from her sales for the next 3 days, or how it was for 3 days. I think it's done now, but anyway, all of that money that she was going to gather from her sales for the 3 days were going to go to charity for Ukraine. And I was like, this is great, because I have been wanting to donate, and I just wanted to make sure that I was choosing the right charity, that it was going at the right place. And so I went on her Ravelry page for her designs, and I was looking through, and then it hit me. I saw the little twigs. Then I was like, I think this is worsted weight, and yes, it is. So click, bought, done. I had my sweater. I felt really good for that, and yeah, so it's going to be a special sweater. Really happy about that. I also bought a few raffle tickets that all of the proceeds were going to Ukraine as well. I think it was for Red Cross Canada, and it was for Ukraine. Anyway, so I donated there. Yeah, so those were my new cast-ons. And I think that's it. That's everything that I wanted to show. Where am I? I'm at 40 minutes. Okay, good. I didn't want this to be too much of a long episode. The last episode was really long. So I don't want to bore you too much. But I am so happy that that you're here. I'm so happy that I'm here with you. And I'm so happy that people are coming back and watching. It's just so I enjoy it so much. I want to say thank you so much for everyone who takes the time to comment, even if it's just a hello, even if it's just to say where you are watching from. I I am deathly scared of airplanes. I really don't like airplanes. And so I will probably not travel very far in my life. I know that is so sad to say because there are so many places where I would love to see. And I know flying is one of the safest ways to travel, but that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change my fear of flying. So, having said that, when I read comments and people are saying they're watching from Australia and from Europe and from even from Nova Scotia, which is like very close to here. I just love even everywhere in Canada, anyways, everywhere around the world, even near, far, wherever you are. I just love to hear that. It's so interesting. And of course, what you're working on, if you want to share. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who do comment. And if you enjoyed the episode, please like. If you want to subscribe, that is fantastic. If you don't, that is totally okay too. I'm just a knitter. I just love to share. This is so awesome that I get to talk about knitting and like the details of knitting and about yarn to people who actually understand my madness, my obsession. So I know you guys are out there. I know a lot of you feel the same way, and I'm so happy that we have this way of communicating with each other, even if we can't be close. What else am I gonna say? I wanted to. Oh yes, there was one thing that I wanted to talk about also is an acquisition. And I am not sponsored by anyone, by anything, but I want to talk about this because it is awesome and it's super cute and so well made. Oh, no. Okay, good. I thought I dropped some stitches, but I didn't. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I of course, I'm on Instagram. Instagram is amazing, but it's also very, very awesome. But yeah, it's making me buy things. I need to stop buying things, but I'm so happy I purchased this because I had been actually wanting something like this before, and I thought I wanted to make these. So these, what is this? What am I holding up? It is a DPN holder. So what it is, it's a little pouch where if you're knitting with DPNs, like I am a lot, so what you do, it's a little holder. That's so cute. So you bunch up your needles like that, and then, so it's kind of like a needle cozy. And then so you put it like this, like sandwich it in there. And then there's like these little snaps. So there's 3 snaps like that. And it holds your DPNs. So your yarn and like your stitches won't go anywhere if you pop this in your knitting bag and you're bringing this somewhere. It's safe, it's secure. I love it. And look at this print. Oh, I fell in love with the print and I'm like, what is this? And then, yeah. So, so, so cute. So this is made by, where's the card? Oh, sorry. It fell. Okay. So that is made by Yellow Petal Handmade. And this is from a shop in Nova Scotia. Oh, I forget her name. Does it say Penelope? Oh, that's such a nice name too, right? Oh, I don't know. People do this when they're trying to focus stuff on the camera. Anyway, The shop will be linked down below. I highly recommend this shop. This is the first time that I purchased from this shop, and I don't think it's going to be the last. I don't think so, because her stuff is gorgeous. Also, it is so well made. It's so well made. So as you can see, she put a little name tag there of hers. It is lined with really nice cotton. I think it's cotton. Yeah, it's cotton. And the print is pretty. The stitching, you know, it's really, really well made. I highly recommend it. She has bags, different size of bags, and also some needle pouches. So to keep your DPNs in, anyway. And not only DPNs, there's other needle pouches anyway, but yeah. So I'm just warning you, her stuff is gorgeous. So I was totally happy to get this, and I use it all the time. Like, I've been using it for these socks, and it's very nice. So I just, even if it's not from her, you should definitely check her out. But if you see that in the future from anyone else either, it's super nice to have. It's nice to have. What else? I think I should have made notes because I keep forgetting what I want to say. Oh, yes, and I did some sewing. I was forgetting about that. So yesterday I was home alone for hours. It was amazing. My husband and son were at a hockey game, and my daughter was at a birthday party. So yesterday evening, I had the house to myself, which I say was wonderful. The only reason why I say that is because I could do whatever I wanted to do without any interruptions. Yes, that is what I wanted to say, because I can do whatever I want to do when everyone is here in the house, but then there's always, I sit down and I knit, and then it's like, Mom, come here. And like, Mom, I want this. And then I have to get up, and then I have to make supper, and then I have to do this. And you know all of this stuff. So every time I have the house to myself, I just want to cabin myself in and just knit or sew or do whatever I want to do, and it's amazing. So I did some sewing. I made this bunting. Maybe I should take it off. But yeah, I'm going to take it off. So, sorry, I have the mic right there. Hopefully that didn't do too much. I'll just remove it. So this is a super easy thing to make. I had made some bunting for fall, and I had put it there, and I wanted some for spring, and I made this. So I still had the template. I still had the template for the triangles. I eyeballed it. I didn't follow a pattern for this. As for measurements, I just drew a rectangle. I drew a triangle. Words. I drew a triangle, and I liked the size, and I made sure that it was a little bit bigger for like the seam allowance, and that's basically it. So I sewed all of these little pieces. This needs to be ironed again, as you can see. But all of these are pretty much little scraps of fabric that I have left over. Oh, there's a stain on that side. Oh, very professional. No one sees that. I don't put it on that side. So anyway, I went crazy when at my fabric shop. It's just a little shop anyway. And I buy like just little amounts of different prints. And there's actually, this is from my mother-in-law. She quilts, and she had some fabric left over that I inherited because they sold the house and she wanted to get rid of some stuff. So I was like, don't give that away. I will try to use that in something as well. So I cut and sewed all of these triangles. After that, I used this, it's kind of ribbon. It is, it's fabric. It's kind of fabric. Anyway, I got this at the dollar store. And it came in a spool, and it was kind of like, I think it was like $1.25 for the whole thing. It is just one strip made. This is exactly the strip. This is the length. I didn't cut anything. And what I did is I would sandwich, maybe I can show it on this one better. I just fold it in two in half and kind of like sandwich the little triangle in, and then I sewed, and that's how it's constructed. So it's super easy to do, and it was fun. It was fun, and I find it brings a little pop of spring color in the house. So that is my sewing project that I get to share. Yay! And now I think that's pretty much it for the craft talk. Life talk. It was hockey last weekend. We were out the whole weekend for the tournament. We lost in the semifinals, but it was really fun. The boys were amazing. They had a lot of fun too, and they really played hard. They played their best, and it was really fun to watch. So that was last weekend, and we work, and then I get home and I cook and I clean and I knit. And that's pretty much it. This weekend was really nice because I stayed home the whole weekend. So yeah, so lots of knitting, lots of coffee, and some TV watching. In the little clip that I show in the beginning, there is some delicious, oh, so good, square if you like peanut butter and butterscotch chips. Yummy. It is so good. So simple. This is an old school recipe. Super simple, with some butter, some peanut butter, some butterscotch chip, and some multicolored marshmallows. 4 ingredients. That's all you need. So it's very cheap to make and very yummy in your tummy. Yeah, so I will link that recipe below. It is not my recipe, but I'll link the recipe that I use. This is something that I don't know if I like it this much because it is, I don't know. I don't know if I like it this much because it's something that I've had in my childhood too. Those types of squares, we would eat that. We would have that all the time at like wedding showers and baby showers. I have a lot of cousins and uncles and aunts and cousins. Anyways, we have a big family, and I'm one of the youngest. I'm one of the youngest. I'm not the youngest, but I'm one of the youngest. So all of my cousins had babies and they got married before me. So I went to tons of weddings and I went to tons of baby showers, and the food there is so amazing. And I have food memories. So I don't know if that these squares were always there. This is why I'm trying to say this. So these are totally old school. I have no idea if this is a maritime thing, a French thing, a Canadian thing, or maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But I think they're called like confetti, like the confetti square. Anyway, if you are not from around here and you've had this, just let me know. And if you ever try it, let me know if you like it, because it is yummy. I don't know why I do this to myself. I try to have like little pieces because I would eat the whole pan. Delicious. You have to try it out. Let me know if you do. And on that note, I will say happy knitting and stay cozy and be kind, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya. Bye.